Hi, this is a random video, a compilation of moments from a game I tried to record and play and ended up not enjoying it after all. I've got a little bit of an introduction here of me over the past going, oh, I'm excited about this game, here's the reasons why I think I'll enjoy it, and also a bit of me explaining about my microphone differences. So if you want to skip all that and just get to the funny compilation, go here to the moment written on screen. Okay, so, microphone. My headphone of many years, the really good headphone, has died. I have found now what I think is a set of headphones with similarly comparable microphone quality, but I can't be certain, so you guys in the audience tell me in the comments if I sound still not good enough in this video, and I will keep on searching. Also, if anyone has any recommendation of any headphones that they know are very good for microphone quality, I need to specifically have something which has a medium length wired lead to go into the computer and is compatible with an audio splitter. Like, anything just as long as you can sit at a desk and it will reach the computer from the desk. I just can't seem to find any, wireless audio splitters, so I've eliminated that possibility. So if you know how to help with that, give me a buzz in the comments. Now I transform back into my past self to explain game. Again, me just going through my backlog and trying to play a game which I've had there for years. Another one of the ones I had since probably the first few years I started using Stream, like the 2010s or something. This is called Agarest Generations of War. It's a game I bought entirely based on the concept, but then kind of balked it when I realised it's a really long game, apparently. The cool idea is you play multiple generations in this world, like, oh, here's your hero, and here's the descendant of the hero, and here's the descendant of that hero, and what choices you made when playing one of the previous heroes determines what the next hero will be. Like, if you marry a girl, then the next protagonist will look different. And I thought that was really cool, because I like that concept in games like Rune Factory, but in those games that you don't tend to have actual changes. There's a Wii game which had actual changes to the kid, and I think, as far as I can tell, the new one on Switch I haven't played might have added that too, but all the ones I played didn't have that, so I thought this is a really cool, appealing idea. I marry blue-haired lady and I get blue-haired son, and it's also interesting there's a bunch of fantasy races in here, but from what I've seen from some of the examples I saw looking online, for some reason, you can only inherit the fantasy traits if it's the angel people. I've seen some designs of protagonists with wings, but I haven't seen any inheriting the elf ears. I also found it cool that it's not just the hair and eye colour that changes for the protagonists, they also get different outfits. Oh, that's neat, it's a nice little flourish of detail. I guess it's like the fashion sense of my mum or something. So anyway, all that sounds like a cool concept, but the really big imposing fact, like knowing it's so incredibly long, like, oh, how long do I have to play until I start seeing that happen? I didn't see a single love interest in 2 hours of playing and didn't get to engage with this system at all. I ran out of patience before I got there. I'm sorry, guys. And also, unfortunately, the publisher has also put me off. This is by Idea Factory, and they're one of the most infamous, roulette wheel good or bad companies that has ever existed. They've made some really great concepts. The name isn't a lie. They have some great ideas for games, really creative ideas for games, but there's just a random chance, probably a 60% chance that the gameplay will be irrecoverably bad and nonsensical in every possible way. They've made some of the biggest stinkers in the Kuso-gay community. And then I was like, well, at least I hope it's a funny kind of bad game where I can make a video out of it, and thankfully, here we go, here we are. If only we could make a good game. Yay, we got an opening song, yay. I do always love these. Oh, it's a really weird gif of a seagull. Stock 3D assets and a lot of, anime people. It just doesn't seem to match very well. Okay, Leonhard! I think he's probably the protagonist of the first video. Oh no, is it gonna be a sex game? Is it gonna be a fan service game? No! I can't believe I didn't even know that. I just jumped in and like, oh, you can romance a bunch of ladies and have wholesome children with them. Somehow I never... Oh, I like those guys. I like some guy who can turn in between those two forms. They look kind of similar in outfit. But there's some really bad stock images of storks. Yeah, okay, I like this third eye person. I haven't even really registered many of the characters that are going by so fast. It's strange to have such long shots on these really terrible 3D assets of random nature and then rapidly going through all the characters. So I guess these are all the people that you can romance in the first generation, I guess. I suppose if it's only showing the first generation in the video, maybe the first generation lasts really long and it's like a post-game where I think those might be the kids. Those might be the next protagonist kids, maybe. But yeah, one of the things that I somehow never even thought that maybe it's a fan service game. Maybe the concept of romancing a bunch of ladies and having a bunch of kids could be a fan service concept. I just thought it was like Rune Factory. It was like a wholesome family game. And you can talk to your little son and your little son will say things. But like that, but as a JRPG. Darn! There was some kind of demon guy. I think there was a second demon guy. I don't think there's any AO option in this game, unfortunately. And they were the only designs that really stood out to me as looking really good. It's like, I'll pick the character who is not the fan service. I'll go with that. And I'll see what strangely coloured boy child we get from her. You can only carry over your New Game Plus stuff on the difficulty you currently are, or ones underneath it. So if you play easy mode, you can only do New Game Plus in easy mode. You can never try any hard difficulty ever again unless you start from scratch and have no progress. That seems a bit unfair. I don't even know if I have the DLC in this game. Okay, yeah, I see I have these basic packs, probably the free DLC. Go with normal. I have no context for what. I like this interface here for this little. It's not very consistent, the interface, like the font there and the font there and the logo here. Like now I've got suddenly a badass cool spear thing. Like, I guess it might be cool. Like the main cursor is like an angel weapon, and the cursor for this submenu is a demon weapon. But it's weird to have both of them at the same time. Okay, I've got my DLC stuff. Okay, I've got my DLC. This is going to have the Idea Factory problem, isn't it? It was a time without light of darkness, day of night. It was a story of the creators of ancient time. Chaos, the Lord of the Last Night, Nemesis, the Star God, Lenient, and the High, like... Is Lenient like a legion? There's no way anyone could have read all those. Okay, there were 12 gods created from one body. The 12 gods revealed the crucible of the universe, revealed 12 seeds of a new world, Agarest. Okay, cool, that's more than the average amount of gods. A war of darkness and light split the cosmos. From his imbalance, a dark, malevolent force was born, and worshipped and desired darkness and created monsters, creatures who wished only to become one with the dark. Wait, didn't it already previously say there was a god of darkness? Ding ding fucking ding! So, the gods being imbalanced could create a second god of darkness, I guess. The war brought chaos to this new world. Didn't it also say it was a god of chaos? The gods brought their true strength to bear. I like that pickle. And the war that had split the world came to an end as they fell silent, hoping to save the world from destruction, but not Summeril, the Lord of Darkness. Okay, so does that mean the god of darkness sided with the new created being of darkness who is separate from him and was also chaos but is not the god of chaos? I like the floofy hair of that lady. You kind of look like separate. You look like Jack Spicer! The Dark Lord called him corrupted creatures known as the Gurgs. The Gurgs? The Gurgs. As well as so Gurgs are not monsters. Gurgs separate from monsters. Monsters born of vicious and evil desires, known as the Force of Darkness. Force of Darkness means monsters. Gurgs means something other than the monster, which is also on the side of the evil darkness guy who is not the same as the darkest god. Summeril's evil woke the gods of light from their slumber, and he awoke full of righteous fury. The gods of light, so there's multiple gods of darkness too, right? War once again fell upon the world's light clash of darkness. Or do you mean darkness as in two people versus light, which is like the other 11 of the gods? 3 times Summeril was defeated, but always he returned. Many of the races of the world were destroyed by the war. Eventually the power unleashed by the gods was too much, and the world itself... We don't even know what the races of the world were in the first place. The world itself was torn asunder. He got big shoulder pads. As the world crumbled, the 6 gods who had survived bowed their heads and mourned their lives lost to darkness and war. 7 days and nights, with tears falling in the crane. Which gods survived? I haven't even been able to make out many consistent. I haven't even seen that god with the floofy hair in the front. I like that design. I haven't seen him before. It's hard to make any consistent design for anyone except the darkness guy. With a tears, life returned to the world. In this final act of sacrifice, 6 gods gave their lives, returned lost races to the world. Agarest lived anew. So maybe the pink-haired god is dead because she didn't appear again. With the death of the gods, the age of myth was an end, and thousands upon thousands of years passed, and in time the gods themselves were forgotten. Agarest was bathed in light, with darkness given domain only during the hours of night when most of the creatures of the world were asleep. So did the darkness god also die when the other gods sacrificed themselves to stop his stuff? But now the darkness spreads before, so did the darkest god not die? So it's not the age of gods ending, the gods didn't all die. I see tendrils spread across the world, and the power may soon cover it once again. I don't know, it couldn't have just been there was the light god and there was the dark god, as opposed to there were 12 gods, one of them was darkness. There was also a second guy who was darkness who teamed up with the darkness god, and every other god was not darkness and he fought the other 11. He didn't even say that. Anyway, I'm not controlling anything. It's just a cutscene of some guy beating up a guy. Really bad artifacting on these 3D fronts in the background. Did he just say fucking? Okay. You just had a manual bit of Japanese voiced text with no subtitles. What the fuck happened? Who would it even say? Neutral, dark, and like, okay, there's a morality system. That sounds cool. Heart. Lindheart. Oh, that's pretty good graphic. I like the stylization. It's pretty shiny and like thick lines to the anime stuff. That's nice. What was that? Dot 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 dot. It was a wide man! Is something amiss, Leonhardt? The troops are ready, they await your orders. Yeah, oh. Are you our Frederick to our Crom? So was that like a vision? Did you have a dream of being beaten up by a random man? Did you also dream the gods? Why did you fade in and back out again? All men are wrestlers before battle, sir. Casabal. Is this battle really necessary? I don't know, because I have no idea who anybody is or what we're doing. It's a little bit annoying, it keeps sliding back and forth. I guess does the game not know how to render two characters on screen at once? We have orders to do battle, therefore we shall. So, we're doing some kind of battle which may or may not be bad, but you were like, let's not question our leaders, guy. Is this like riffing on Final Fantasy V, the one with the Cecil guy? Seems very similar in opening to that. But no sir, I'm but a soldier myself, never given it much thought. You're like, what, like 40 or 50 and you've never thought whether it's a good thing to do bad orders? I would expect you to be more like Steiner from Final Fantasy IX. It's not like, I've never thought about rebellious things, it's just like, I'm old and set in my ways, I've decided it's correct to do this, rather than, I've never ever thought about it. This makes you seem like very head empty, which is strange because your design looks very serious and smart. And like magenta, if you do not fight now, but many more. So that's what you remind me of, purple cabbages! Isn't that reason enough? Purple cabbages are reason enough. So his men must die so that others may live? Yes, that's a general concept of what a war is, mate. I wish we had a bit more context before all this, because like, I don't know which side to take on this moral debate, because I have no idea what you're fighting for or why. Suppose it is human destiny to take the lives of others to find what we desire. Okay, so is it went back and forth just for him to go ... Isn't it really annoying if the entire game keeps doing this? Caspar, I'll give you all to move out, we march to war. So after all of that, you were like, okay, I suddenly agree with you, Caspar! Caspar the friendly ghost, Caspar the unfriendly cabbage. Yeah, because I don't really like the visuals of this, like, sprites over 3D background thing. Combat train, do you want to learn about the move phase? Yeah, I've never played any of this. About the move phase, you can move the characters during the move phase. No shit, Sherlock. Oh, so this is like a turn-based strategy, not a regular RPG. Move in the blue area, maximum distance they can move depends on an individual move stat. So very similar to Fire Emblem then. But 1 AP is required to reach square moves. Okay, not the same as Fire Emblem then. You see the character's current AP on the upper left side of the screen, yay. Also optimal. I like this generic fight. It doesn't match at all with a sprite, they look really like young and non-chiseled there, but I like this design here of like a random tangerine man with a really square jaw. Crockett got dipped in marmalade. You also opt to not move, so plan accordingly. If you don't move, do you save up AP for the next turn, you can move fast for next turn. Also, it's a really inconsistent interface. Like, these funky arrows here in like full 3D and the rest is all like sprited interface. Once you set a character's destination, they'll choose which direction they'll face. Okay, so it's like Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. And all the characters all move. Okay, so it's not moving one at a time, it is like Fire Emblem. It is like a combination of elements from both Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy Tactics. Okay, I don't like the interface being insanely flashing all over the place. Like, what do any of these things mean? Like, I'm like really rapidly flashing. Is this an error? Does it like not support Windows 10 or something? Why am I flashing so fucking rapidly on my turn icon? And then random squares on the battlefield are glowing, and then there's an aura coming out of me, and also it's pointing at me targeting guy, but I've only just started. So is that the tutorial line telling me I'm supposed to target this particular guy? That's one of the guys on my side, so is that like, that's a guy I have a support with, and I'll do more if I do it? But what are the glowing squares? I'm clicking on it and it does nothing. Okay, right-clicking undoes it? Yeah, nothing seems to happen when you click on the glowing squares, except other square glows now when you don't glow. I'm clicking on this guy, and it seems like, it says it's a Gridimus soldier, it's like it's not a permanent recruit, it's just a guy for a tutorial, so why do I have a big glowing arrow pointing to his brain? I guess I'm going to ignore every one of these flashing tutorial things on the screen and just do what's logical, which is walking up to this guy and attacking. Okay, why now are we connected to him? Also, he only explained how to move and not how to attack in any way. And there's no pipes for these guys. Okay. That's really weird too. They jump back to where they were and then animate walking to it. Do you want to learn about the action phase? Yes, I also want to learn what the fucking squares are. It's like kind of basic etiquette for a tutorial, like you don't enable the things you're not talking about currently in the tutorial until you get to that point. Like, they shouldn't have a bunch of interface for what's clearly other features that aren't happening yet. So after the move phase ends, the action phase. Oh, so it's a mix of Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, a turn order determined by characters and the remaining AP. Oh, okay. See, I wish you told me that before I used up a bunch of AP moving. Like, if I'd known, like, oh, if you sit there and wait, you get more AP to actually attack with. That's a cool idea. That's a unique, and I've never seen a game which does that. So even if someone has low agility, you can make them act sooner by saving AP. Wait, that's it. You explain nothing about how to do the action phase. Like, what's an esoteric book? Do we attack? Do we use, is there a button for a basic attack? It only seems to be a button for skills, item, necessary book. So does that mean if we click on the guy with basic attack? No? So I guess we can only use skills? Yes? I guess I have to manually click on every option to find out what they are. I'm setting a command and skill menu, you can pick your target. However, the area you can select is based on a particular skill's range. Select an enemy who's within range to perform an offensive skill. Likewise, select a party member who's in range to use a supportive skill like here. Is that what the head arrows mean? As long as you have enough AP, you can activate a series of skills. Okay, so that's cool. That's also very unique. You can do multiple attacks per turn if you save enough AP. In addition, arts will be activated if you use certain skills in order. Okay. Oh, also it seems you can combine multiple people doing different arts, not just the ones you do. You can learn more about which skills will unlock arts by obtaining the secret arts books. Okay. Well, I'm going to now click on every option to find out. Vessel of Life 1 is Vessel of Life... Okay, there's no button. I have to go through between the mouse and the keyboard, I guess. That's a cool graphic of the thing. That's really weird to have the interface be covering the entire screen, with this just telling what the item is. And then, even then, only half of the screen tells you what the item is. What's up with this big empty space at the bottom? Anyway, it's a revive. And the esoteric book... That's two different translations of what it is. This is the secret arts book it said before. It's called the esoteric book in the actual menu. I really hate when games do that, when they just translate the same thing twice. It's always really hard to figure out what it's actually referring to. Anyway, let's have a skill. That's kind of a clunky interface. Like, it doesn't just give you a list of the skills. You have to click on the target, and then only after selecting the target you get to see what skills you even have. So yeah, if I select myself, I get a list of like, oh, you can only use attacking skills, you can't use any supporting skills. Like, that would have been way easier to just like, you click on skill, the list of skills pops up, and then when you click a supporting skill, then it prompts you to target a person to support. Okay, so you have a really far-ranging skill there. Wait, so if I want to use a far-range, I have to click back off, I have to click somebody else? Yeah, I can use something with Guys, this is not the correct order for things. These are the kind of problems you have with Idea Factory games. It's like, wow, you have really great, creative, different ideas, but you just forget, but there's reasons why ideas tend to be in a certain way in most games. It's because sometimes it's not just, oh, they're just being cliche. Sometimes it's like, this actually works, this is intuitive for players, this is a good way, this is a comfortable way for the game to work. And then changing it for no reason achieves no purpose except making the game harder. Anyway, I'm going to be contrarian, I'm going to attack the furthest away guy. Also, it's really fucking hard to target him when they're behind the sprite of somebody else. Okay, what was all those balls going down? Do you want to learn about standing by? I guess? I have no fucking clue how to pass any of your systems. Select standby to skip a turn. Yeah. Okay, and unused AP does carry over. Okay, that's a clunky way of phrasing that. It can also be hard to remember. So, you can only carry over twice your maximum AP. But how do I know what my maximum AP is? I guess it's just the AP you have when you start a turn. Because I have a separate maximum cap, I'll know when I hit it. And then why am I suddenly brained with another man? Oh, let's go back. This is really, really fucking clunky, my guys. Mind! Why is my mind gone up? What does a mind mean? It doesn't seem this is a spellcasting guy, so why should he have a mind? Okay, he is a spellcasting guy. Really poor job indicating that through character design. Yay! Yeah, what is the break thing going down in time? Like, there was no interaction I could do back then. Like, why is there a timer going down? But I couldn't do anything to effectively. What's the timer? The gradiating around the glowing effect. Why are those two guys glowing? Also, where is the big bar that's meant to say how much AP you've got? Like, that was there when I was moving. Has it moved somewhere else when I'm attacking? Okay, it has. It's moved to a tiny spot on our little. What does SP mean? Oh, that's so confusing. So we have two costs. We have two costs on the screen. We have AP cost next to the move name, and we have SP use, which means cost, translated differently in the same fucking screen again, which is at the bottom of showing you how many hits the spell does. Why do you not just put the two costs next to each other? There's clearly room to put that. Like, none of these skills, like, fill up the whole bar. There is clearly enough room to fit SP cost right there. Anyway, AP in mind has gone up on random soldier free. I don't know what that means. Like, what is affecting what we gain? Also, what's the description of any of these? I don't have like skill details. Oh, fucking good. Is that how, like, it doesn't just give you the details of the skill you're already mousing over. It changes your cursor to a skill detail cursor where you now have to double mouse over the thing again. And then it goes to this fucking separate screen! Why exactly is a representation of a blast attack a rock? What does this rocket do? Like, do you learn the skill from the rock? Do you throw the rock? No, consider you shoot spirit energy? Why is there a rock? Oh, there's a little bit of a delay after it closes off the window when it takes a little while to close off the other window. Skill details again. Okay, so every fucking skill has an item of a rock for no reason. Still nothing uses the whole of the screen. Attack, random man. It's also weird how it doesn't show how much damage it does. It says how many hits it does. Let's just go with that. Yeah, I got combo popping up. I don't know what that does. Gridman soldier took down frontier soldier and got grass. Okay, what does that do either? I guess you both have the same attack, so I may as well just... Yeah? Why did you give us double edge and rush if they're both exactly the same thing, but one does more hits? Like, okay, are there skill details on that? It shows 0 attacks, so how much damage does the skill even do? It says this one does 140 break. Okay, this one does less break. What's the difference? Like, if that's the important difference between them, why is that not on the main screen? Like, there's so much space on this screen. Like, why did we not just, like, rather than having it, like, oh, here's the ones you've done here, like, that could be moved up to here. This entire space here could be giving actual information on the move you currently have selected. Come on, come on. Also, what is break and what does break do? Should I be desiring break? And they all just give us grass. Well, I'm not going to move, am I? Oh wait, why did I turn sideways after I attacked it? Oh, I guess I turned around to attack that line, maybe. See, that's also confusing. I didn't know my character should automatically change direction, contrary to what I actually picked in the move phase. So I should have gone back and changed that guide around. And like, why do we have to have a move phase, attack phase being separate? Like, it really feels like there's not a point. Well, I guess I can do 2 blasts. Okay, you can only hit the same skill once. So you can only combo into different skills. You can't click blast twice, for example. Okay, that was a fun animation. Like, why did he jump back into place to die? Like, I assumed I blew him away and he was at 0 HP and then he would just go. There's so many little clunky things here. Okay, I achieved break, whatever that is. Do I get a thing for break? No, I still get the same drops. Also, it's really clunky every single time you defeat an enemy to have a big pop-up say, this character defeated this character and received this item. Like, why can't it just be received item? And why can't it just be at the end of the battle you see what items you received? Or just a little pop of a little icon saying grass or whatever. Only one of us got experience, so I guess the rest are gonna leave our party soon. Okay, that's really fucking clunky of it going back and forth between mouse and keyboard. Couldn't the game have let us select if we want to use mouse or keyboard rather than having you to have to go back and forth between them sometimes? And then just having this, like, icon flashing? Another different interface, okay. Alright. Okay, so you can only save once in the menu and then go back. I've literally never seen. Okay, so we can do multiple portraits on screen at the same time. Why weren't we doing it in the previous scene? But I've literally never seen a save screen which like, you will save precisely once and you're automatically kicked out. Like, no yes or no to continue. Anyway, no! I guess you're going to be one of romance officers. I didn't even think about that because you look really, really young. But maybe it's like one of those universes where like elves age slower than humans or something. I got very confused about this character and how his story is delivered early on, but I can thankfully say that all of my worries were completely unfounded. This is not the is actually secretly 9,000 years old and looks like a child was actually an adult and then you date her character. We didn't manage to meet any dateable characters at all in all the playtime I went through. She is just a regular child who then becomes an adult in the next generation of the game and happens to have a precocious crush on the protagonist but does not actually act on it in any way. Hooray! Fairly respectful writing for a fan service game. Or maybe our first recruitment. Oh, that looks so fucking weird. The focus character gets really big. It's like, oh no, she's like literally shrinking in fear. I suppose I can afford you some pity. You will die quickly without suffering. Be thankful. But yeah, maybe our first recruit character isn't one of the dateable ladies. Oh my god, his hand is randomly cut off by the grass. They've clearly correctly upscaled the art. The art looks high resolution. The interface looks pretty good. The font is a bit blurry, and then the sprites are incredibly blurry. These 3D assets of leaves are less pixelated around the outline than the previous ones, so they have a different resolution for the 3D assets depending on whether you're in battle or outside in the cutscene. And the grass here is really insanely detailed, like a really higher texture than everything else. Anyway, wait! Don't fight this random. I still don't even fucking know what the plot is. And that tree looks like a pickle. Musaka, why do you point your sword at a child? And we know this guy, whoever it is. Why did you point at, like, yeah, the sprites are really inconsistent between them and the actual character design. That guy looks like fucking evil Gordon Ramsay, and his sprite looks like a longer haired dude with like a bishy anime face. He's got like a fluffy thing on top of his head, and he's got like 2 strings of hair around each side of his bangs. Or maybe it's meant to be part of the arm which is like the same colour. I don't know. You of all people would question me? I want to kill all who would oppose us. I am only obeying them. So yeah, we are just in a really morally lame depiction like, oh, we're in the evil army. It's like, how did you not until now question you're in the evil army? It's like, we must murder all the children! I'm only obeying orders to murder all the children! Why did it take you so long, mate? Here's an elf. If she lives, she will trouble us later. We must destroy evil before it takes root. Yes, okay, so it's a rare situation where, like, humans hate elves and elves are seen as evil. You don't often see that in fiction. Elves are usually treated as, like, the higher than thou race, which is, like, above humans in some way and, like, super perfect. That's cool, at least. How? How can you say that? Can you not see that your actions will only serve evil? Yeah, exactly. How is this guy so blatantly boringly evil, and how do you not realize until now that everyone else in the fucking army is like this? This war is folly, it's little more than an invasion, then why were you cooperating all this time? And who are you, and how long have you been in this army, and why are you in this army? Why are you the only person in the army who's not wearing armor? Too late for regrets, Leonhard. The history of Gridimus, no of all people, is built on war. Yeah, in a general sense, yeah, it doesn't mean that literally anything you do in the name of war is justified. Like, there's clearly a good and a bad side in the wars. Do you deny that his denier existed? He's not denying that you have to go to wars. He's denying that you shouldn't kill civilians in the wars. You should just do the wars. You hide your evil behind clever with— how is any of that clever? Renounced by humanity. Okay, that's a really cool line, but it doesn't fit anything that's happened. That would have been a rad idea of like, could we have met the elf girl earlier? Like we fought at the start. Oh, maybe elves are evil, but we learned she's just like us. She's a very nice girl. And like, oh, now I'm realizing humanity is the evil ones. So I'm going to renounce that and go side with the underclass of the various different races of fantasy people. I feel nothing from this cool line, like, I renounce my humanity, but I haven't seen any reason why he'd even be attached to his humanity, or seen him in any way interacting with humans as opposed to one-dimensional villains. Even the purple cabbage guy was like, I have never once in my life questioned whether doing evil things is evil, actually. Come on. I was a cool animation at least. It's kind of ruined by the resolution issues. But like, can you imagine the Final Fantasy with Cecil and stuff? At the time, it wasn't exactly a very complex writing of like an evil army, but it still wasn't this level of bad, right? Yeah, it also seems really unearned and weird. And like, I will abandon my entire country, my entire life, and everyone I was loyal to for this one girl I've never even spoken a single line to, who wasn't introduced before this cutscene. This is your last chance. Step aside, my people. We've actually seen no proof even that the elf girl is good or bad. Like, obviously, we just know as the audience, of course, he's just attacking a civilian. That's a bad thing. But like, from the perspective of our protagonist, it's like, I've just suddenly woken up and manifested like a modern day sense of ethics in this medieval world. And I have no idea how he got here before that, or what made this change, or why he's doing it, but it sure is happening. To give a positive thing to say, I like the design of his spear, it's very well rendered. Lightly wiggling small person, help me. Do not fear, I will protect you, I swear it. I guess they're just using the shorthand of, oh, she's a child, therefore she must automatically be innocent, and everyone, even the most evilest of people, would realize it's bad to kill a child, except the even eviler evil people. So our protagonist is like a reformed former antagonist, and he's like, oh, I'm not quite as evil as you guys. Okay. And then she bops. I'm sorry, Misaka, but I can't allow you to do this. Also, wouldn't it have been so much more effective if we were doing this against the purple cabbage guy we already saw, like the guy who had established that we were friends with, slightly? I don't give a shit about new man Masaka who only exists for this cutscene. I have no pre-established idea of whether we cared about him or not, or how long we've known him, or if he used to not be evil. Yeah, fuck him. His only defining trait is kind of looking like a minor celebrity. Yeah, we suddenly go into the dimension where the plants look worse. Well, I sure wish I knew what you just said, sir. Maybe standing on these spots gives you a bonus or something? Like, does it give you more AP? That's actually kind of funny, I totally dodged their intended pathfinding. I'm presuming they would have attacked me if I hadn't have stood here. Again, I don't really know which is the good or bad ones. Skill details. Well, this one has a lot of break. And this one also has a lot of break, but it does 2 hits. So, why the fuck would I ever use power attack then? I wonder if it's going to be one of those fixed cutscenes where you automatically die or something, or if I actually do have a chance of beating him. Okay, so that's cool because he has a spear he can hit from 2 spaces away, but the guy in the back can't. So I guess there truly is no effect of standing on the glowing tiles. That guy didn't move next to us. No, I don't want to learn about items. I'm presuming I know how to use an item, and like the only item we had was a revive, which I presumably we can't use on our own. What was that for long pause? I thought it was going to be the enemy to attack first or something. I guess the only reason for power attacks we can use both that and double edge. We're going to take this guy out or at least break it. What is break though? Like that's a really bombastic animation. It's also really weird our skill animations are already so amazing when we're just a basic level 1 guy. So it's really weird, so when the animations show you being pushed back and then you go back to your original spot. Will I even have that if it's not going to be an actual pushback mechanic? Okay, I'll move over here, so presumably hopefully only one of them can attack me at a time. Okay, so he moves as well, okay. I should probably start attacking you now, because I don't know if the battle automatically ends if we take you out. Let's do Howling Blade! Which I don't even really know, like, okay, this uses our SP, so we only get to use 1 Howling Blade per attack, so let's see what Howling Blade does. Okay, it has 150 attack. Nothing else has said attack so far, so does it mean every attack uses only your base attack stats which you can't actually see in battle in any way? And then this one adds 150 on top of your basic attack stats? Let's just go with that. I wish I knew what you were saying, mate. I wish I knew what you were also saying, mate. Like, the dying throws of the first villain, I don't even know what is happening. Okay, so I guess the battle does continue with regular guy Steve. Regular guy Steve actually putting up more of a fight than that guy. It's actually kind of underwhelming, actually, like, setting up this big fight with this like, impossible seeming foe, and then actually was strong enough to beat him in 1 hit without anything happening. Also, everyone's giving us glass. Also, what are all these things? What is it? What in that maze? Also, it's automatically going. Why did level up fly across the screen? What are all those extra things? And why does that screen automatically go really fast so you don't have time to read all the extra things? Why the fuck is our menu this wide? Why is it covering the fucking... Is that a glitch? That's gotta be a glitch, right? Because we've got these tiny bits where, like, these dark grey pips are being cut off here. This looks like it's, like, displaying the same graphic twice or something. Or it might just be you can put your strength up that far by the end of the game. I fucking hate when games are like, luck has various effects. What are the fucking various effects then, mate? I end up just ignoring luck in the vast majority of games that exist. Unless you tell me what luck does, I don't know if I need luck or not. Wait, I'm clicking on and nothing's happening. Okay, so you have to click ahead. See, I'm clearly clicking and it's not going up to the amount I'm clicking to, it's going up 2 at a time. Why would you program it to do it? Why would you not program it just like you click on this pip and it goes up to this pip? I think I've played enough to know I don't like this game. It's unfortunate. Like, sometimes you just know you're not clicking with a gameplay style of game. I don't know if the story gets good enough later on to justify the gameplay being not very fun. Or like, if the gameplay does get more fun later on, it adds more things into it. Like, once you get used to the really clunky interface for putting it all in, then like you can tune it out and ignore it. But, yeah, so far I'm not having a good time. Now, this is our chat. Okay, so I guess for some reason some cutscenes are delivered with 2 characters on screen and some are delivered with just 1. But anyway, Leonhard, I guess you're not dead when we kicked your ass. I don't know what this second peace sign-shaped interface thing is over here with rust on it. I mean, we haven't had any choices in anyway, so why do we have this compass saying neutral, dark, and light? Are we eventually going to have things which sway it in some way? Oh, it seems very clearly we're starting on light, so why is the line on neutral? Like, our whole entire starting plot is we are too good for this evil army, we have very much chosen to be on the side of lightness. Your concern is appreciated. And just a really, really long running sound effect. You are too soft for this world, Leonhard. Have a care, boy, or I will eat you alive. I will eat you raw! Okay, so for some reason he's just letting us go now. The same running sound effect again. You! Another entirely new character we don't know! Oh, a soldier must be prepared to spill his own blood as well as his enemies, yes! Yes! I was gonna say you look like Vexen! And also in the first person's fight I've seen who actually matches his overworld sprite aside from the protagonist. Like, I would say the child girl doesn't look child-sized on her overworld and everybody else so far has a totally different face. Heard the report, I suppose I'm the only one who can stop you, me, the man of no significance. Let us not fight in vain, if you are here then I am already surrounded. Yes, I disobeyed orders, I was wrong and I shall take any punishment, but please let her go. And if I refuse, we'll continue fighting? I will kill you if that is what I must do to protect her. This is really weird as a plot point, so like, okay, so we're establishing there's off-screen people surrounding us, which means we can't fight this guy, but if he refuses to let her go, we'll just fight this guy. So what was the point of establishing the off-screen dudes? Very well, we shall see how strong you are, Doc. We're waving arms? No, you can't fight him, please, we have to run. Okay, run! Run without me, blah blah blah, what, but I won't leave you, we're somehow bonding I guess, even though we've barely talked or interacted in any way. I promise to protect you, I'll follow you soon, but you must run now. I'll be waiting for you, don't break your promise. Goodbye! I don't know or care whether you live or not. You won't get far on those short legs, how long could you hold out, Leonhard? Yeah, okay, there is definitely a bit of confusion here in the translation about who he's talking about at any point. Like, that seemed like 2 separate sentences, like, he's saying to her as she runs away that, maybe it should be like, she won't get far on those short legs, and how long can you hold out, Leonhard? What say you, Golden Leo? Okay, who the fuck is Golden Leo? So are we Golden Leo? I guess like Leo is the first 3 letters of our name, but there's no golden R, there's not even, he's got the buckles and 1 zipper on his groin. Wait, that's a belt with a zipper in the middle of the belt? What the fuck? And this is like a Millennium puzzle. Or like Archie's anchor from Oras. What a weird song. So I'm presuming that the game has told us he's actually really strong and we shouldn't fight him, so I'm just gonna stand here. Okay, he is. This is just gonna be. This is the cut. What a weird thing to happen twice in these games. There was another game I had where it's like, it immediately showed you a flash forward to a thing that will happen in like half an hour of gameplay, right at the start of the game, and then you get it. It's like, I get when stories like, and then this is the end of a story, the foreshadowing of that, and you spend the whole game getting to it. Why would you foreshadow? And here's the end of chapter 1, which you're going to see in two battles. It took 2 battles for that to happen. That also happened in another game I was playing on this, Oblivious Garden Carmina Burrata or something. There was a scene like, and here's a flash forward to after I've already met the love interest. Now we go back, and here's when I met the love interest. It's really strange. How mighty have fallen in a cutscene. I almost find it hard to believe you once royalty. Okay, we're getting some information about the character now. Don't you agree, Leonhardt? Okay, but were you talking to the Dark Knight and then you've switched to him? So, were you saying to the Dark Knight, oh, how far you've fallen, the guy you just won? I'm really confused. Like, why would you directly say, and now I am talking to you, Leonhardt? I wasn't talking to you in the previous textbooks where I was saying that some guy has been defeated and it's bad? Like, couldn't it have been, oh, how far you have fallen, Leonhardt, blah, 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 don't you agree? That would have been the logical order in English, right? Could finish you off now, but you do not deserve a warrior's death. You will bleed to death like a traitor. You have nothing to blame but your own incompetence, and me, the random man who appeared out of nowhere. I still don't know who the fuck you are or what you're doing. What a terrible way to have it, a lose in a cutscene battle against someone you've never met and you have no establishment whatsoever who they are, what role they play in the story. You just had a bunch of playable gameplay, and in the end you got your ass kicked by nobody. I cannot protect even a single elven girl. I mean, you literally did. She's left, she's gone, she's protected. Like, the only thing you haven't protected here is your own ass. My vision is going. Is this what death feels like? I'm at the point where, like, yeah, kill his ass. I don't fucking care. I'd like to move on to the next protagonist now, but presumably he has to fuck a girl for that to happen. I failed. I couldn't stop him. I couldn't help her if I only. Who the fuck is this booby lady? Okay. Oh, okay, so, I was making a contract with one of the goddesses or something. Are you one of the ones in the cutscene? It would have been nice if at the opening cutscene I could have, like, visibly seen you as one of the gods that were shown. That would have been nice foreshadowing, but also it's really distracting how your tits are out. If only you had a strength. So, we're gonna make a bond with a goddess, and the goddess is gonna be like, you must fulfill the prophecy by romancing one of these 5 ladies, and then the next generation will do a thing. I can grant you the power you desire, power to make the gods themselves tremble. Or are you the darkness person who's, like, trans their gender to trick people? Are you the second person the Darkness God was partnering with? Also, your colours were completely changed. Like, it looks more like grey with a greenish tint. My name is Lashana. I desire an equilibrium. So are you like, I'm the being in between the gods of light and darkness. I am the grey god or something. That's why I look so grey. For the strength you seek, when you must give everything to me, make a deal with the devil, except I am booby. Not only yourself, but your descendants as well. Oh, sign off your firstborn child. For now and for forevermore shall they be spirit vessels. It's little time. Choose now, your soul or death. Yeah, like, we gave up our life for someone we don't know and don't care about in any way. And we were in an evil army and we don't know and we don't care about in any way. And now we're having a big dramatic choice from someone who we never knew existed before. And the motivation for doing it is, again, this girl we don't know and don't care about in any way. Like, I assumed it was meant to be like the base level protecting you would find like, yeah, I don't want this random child to die. I want to protect all civilians. Now he's like, he's being really specific, like, oh, this one girl, I really fucking care about this girl for some reason. It's really strange. Like, if I saw a stranger getting mugged on the street, I'd want to help them, but I wouldn't be like, yes, I'm gonna give up my unborn children for the sake of protecting her. Like, she already ran away, she was already protected. Like, they said, oh, she won't be able to get far, but we have no indication so far that we didn't manage to hold them off long enough for her to actually get far. It's just believing what the villains say, I guess. I really feel if any of this had been fleshed out in any way, it would have been better. The story sections are a bit too short, it doesn't really go into much detail. Anyway, I made a promise I'd protect this random stranger. This covenant will give me that power to protect her. Then I'll give up my children, like, you want to save one child by, like, you don't know this person is trustworthy, you don't know what she means by giving up all your descendants to be spirit vessels. For all you know, it could mean, like, oh yeah, they're all going to be possessed by demons and, like, they'll all be dead. Like, all my kids will be dead forever. Why would you rank the life of one child above the life of, like, a billion other children? And why do you not even question? Why do you not like try and interrogate this potentially goddess, potentially demon person a little bit in any way? And why would you not write a story about more better sabotaging in something which makes you feel like, oh yeah, that makes sense for this guy to do such a desperate, tragic thing in pursuit of saving? Like, why couldn't it be like, I'm saving my squad mates who are killing us, or I'm saving an entire village that's being killed by these guys, or like, I'm trying to save like a really important VIP, like a princess from another country or something, or like a person who saved me when I was being attacked, and then like my army went and tried to kill them, and like we had a bond, we had a few moments of talking or something. I give you my life and the lives of all my kids. Okay. It's a really funny plop sound effect for such a dramatic thing. Bestow upon you strength. Strengy. I bestow upon you the strength of Mondu. Oh, that's a really deep cut reference. Okay, so she just manifests into the real world? I assume that was happening in your mind? Like the goddess lady needs a vessel to manifest in the river, she can just walk into the world with us. Okay, I am too late. I have walked back to the same place I already was? That's a really fucking cool design for a monster, dude. Yeah, we've walked back into the place that we already were, and she's in the opposite direction to where we saw her running. You're like a darkness version of Ifrit. Halt! Okay, you're not even gonna bloody listen to the goddess lady who gave you all the powers. This is gonna be another fixed battle. I'm just gonna sit here. Like, he looks so much like a literal final boss, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a fixed battle where I just die. Have a sonic wave. Okay, we can do some damage onto the can possibly win. It's really unclear. To be quite frank, the Dark Knight, he didn't really look like an unwinnable boss battle, he looked like a generic armor man. It did look like it was going to be an unwinnable battle against the first guy, and this looks like an unwinnable battle is also not. Okay, so Broken here, like, I'm pretty sure we already selected those exact hits in the previous battle, so maybe it takes us long to unlock. Maybe there's like a chance every time you do a combination that it will happen, but it doesn't always happen. I really wish I knew all of this very detailed dialogue everyone's saying in battle, because it is an unwinnable battle, but you can deplete his HP. That's really fucking weird. 2 unwinnable battles in a row is not a good way to do your introduction. Stop it, both of you! I was gonna say it's probably predictable. It's like, oh no, that guy is a friend. He looks like a monster, but he's not on the side of the evil guys. He is in fact one of the monsters that are being oppressed by the evil guys, because in fact humans are the bad. Because I mean, he did show up prominently in the introduction, didn't he? He, Borgnine, protect... Borgnine? Borgnine? Ernest Borgnine? That's gotta be a reference. That's a really specific fucking name to not be a reference. This literally has to be a reference. This name literally did not exist before Ernest Borgnine's family immigrated to America. They invented the anglicization of the previous surname Borgnino into Borgnine in American English. It did not exist before. What a weird fucking reference. And yeah, he looks really cool. I would infinitely want to romance this guy more than anybody else I've seen so far. Like, they're just very generic, normal-looking designs for women we saw in the introduction. This is a very creative design for a man. Like, if there was a woman version of this, that would be very cool. Because presumably the game isn't actually going to let us date the big hunky Barra dude. I wish it did. Where did you meet him? Is it extra annoying that his free characters swing back and forth between? I'm not sure. All I know is that he shows up to help me when there are bad people around. My name is Leon Hart. You have my gratitude. Thanks to you, I will be able to keep my promise. So, yeah, she just randomly has a monster friend who helps her out sometimes. That's cool, but I hope we learn more about him later. My purpose is to protect my master, nothing more. Oh, that's dramatic. So are you like, are monsters like sold into slavery in this news, or does it mean like you're like a created being who actually does, like, so the way it's phrased, like, and your name is Borgnine, so are you meant to be like the metaphorical equivalent of like androids or something in this universe, but it's like created monstrous beings of techniques. You do look like a summoned creature from Final Fantasy. Maybe she has amnesia, she summoned this guy from the summoned dimension, or created him from the ether to be her protector, or maybe like the parent of this elf, like before they died, created this summoned guy to protect her. There's gonna be vibes of Kamari from Final Fantasy X. He wasn't any of that, but he was also just like, here's a cool furry man who is protecting a younger person. Master, what manner of creature are you? Your curiosity must wait. If she was attacked, that means that there may still be soldiers nearby. Really nice coincidence there. They're like, we can't answer the plot now. What if this thing happens? It just a lot of stuff has just been like characters coincidentally don't manage to finish a sentence. Also, you can see her pointy nips. I didn't even notice that. Oh, I don't like when they put texture on them like that. Your words ring true, let us find sanctuary then, we can talk. It's also really inconsistent when characters talk ye olde fantasy and when they just talk. Where shall we go? To the plot? Where is the plot? Currently Leonhardt's the only character in your party. You can add other characters by selecting change party from the menu and the character which says, why would you do it? Why wouldn't you just automatically go, here's the new characters, they're automatically in your party? Like, we've never had an option to change our party in any way before. Why would you not just make the party screen the first time we go into the party screen automatically have all the new characters that are in your party? And then tutorialize us on changing the party after we can actually change the party. And we obtained a basic, whatever a basic is. And a totally different sprite style for the map too. Why would you create a totally different sprite style for the map? Why would you not just use the same sprites in the battle but facing in different directions? Move area, camp menu. Okay, I guess we can't do this yet. As a cool animation of going back and forth too, but again, the interface has no consistency. The only consistency we've had, like, these colours here for this dark element have occurred a lot, but not much of the rest. Okay, and there's not any like profile of the character. It's really weird how you've deliberately made the interface cover up the cool art. Like, I would have moved that to the side, had the art, and then had this little thing next to it on the other side of the art, maybe. What is willpower? There's so much space taken up by things we can't do yet, and no space on the art. And she's so small it covers up almost her entire art. Okay, so basic is a party thing. Okay, I'm gonna just be a little bit rude here. Why do you have this? What is the point of this? Why make this a thing where you can collect multiple things of it? The first turn of the battle is a move phase. You can move wherever the fuck you want. What difference is there in picking your starting positions to move from? You can move, like, directly from the back to the front whenever you want. You have 16 AP to move. It takes 1 AP to move one space. You could move to any one of these spaces on your first turn. There is no point in having different collectible things. Like, it's like a dress spheres in Final Fantasy X2, but if they were bad, like in that version, there actually is a point to having different associations for your map of things. It actually is fun to unlock with new ones as the game goes along. And yeah, that's so weird. Like, you've unlocked basic. When basic is like, most games would just not tell you. You've unlocked the first available thing. Like, you didn't say like you've unlocked the basic sword. We just had a basic sword when we started the game. So many tiny little things are just not how you should run an interface. Ella's still there. It literally doesn't matter where we are. Okay, I'm trying. I try to also click on the second one. Okay, no matter what I'm clicking on, it keeps constantly putting it into free. Okay, so you don't click on the actual buttons on the numbers. You have to click on these ones on the side, and by clicking on the buttons on the numbers, it thinks you're clicking on the ones on the side, but you're not. It doesn't match up. Anyway, just shove everyone away. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay, what was diary? Because is diary the same as save? Okay, diary means saving. Like, what is data then? Data should be saved. Now, data is like a law list. Okay, profiles. Profile means gallery. Why is there a button that says gallery then? What does gallery mean? Profile and gallery are the same fucking thing. What? Okay, profile is profiles, but for some reason, all the characters you just saw, their profiles aren't on the first fucking page. The one who appears before Leonhardt to tell him what his true fate is, she brings him back to life for the condition that he'll become a spirit vessel for the present world. This shadow won't answer why the pillars seal the gods, or why there must be enforced seals. We haven't even been told about what the seals are yet, how she even knows about all the other continents. We haven't been told that either, whose existence is unknown to most people is unknown. Though she possesses a great deal of knowledge and supernatural power exceeds even the real legend, but that is, even her actual identity is shrouded in mystery. Like, so no one knows games where you can immediately start the game and immediately just point at an option in the menu and get spoiled for shit later in the plot. Our main character is 33 of 80 profiles, what the fuck? nickname he earned for his fierce fighting style and his golden blade. I couldn't really see the blade being golden in battle, but I guess it is on this art. Therefore, his family's name is due to Braham and how clever his whoever those are, which is known to many except the player. Through the contract, Leonhard gains extraordinary power we haven't seen yet and saves Ellis later, ending the war in Lucrelia. Yeah, he didn't really fucking need that power, did he? Because Ellis was totally fine and just standing there with her monster friend who'd already saved her. So what did we fucking die for? Borgnine is a lava, which normally exists in the boundaries of spiritual entry. Oh, okay, so it means like the mythological term lava, which like it's really weird. Final Fantasy also referenced that in the name of one enemy. Apparently, there is like I guess like it's not like a genie. It's not Jin from the country of like Jin's kind of bit. It's like an equivalent monster, a spiritual thing that doesn't have a body in some other country's mythology, and it's got the same name as like the infant stage of a caterpillar. But resonating on the magical power of a high alpha, lava is able to cross dimensions and construct a body. His abilities and features vary according to the situation and thoughts the high alpha summons it. So yeah, they are exactly the same as summons from Final Fantasy, but cool world lore behind why they exist rather than just being unexplained. That's neat. So I guess they're fundamentally bodiless beings who need to form a pact with mortals in order to gain a body and manifest in the world. So basically exactly what I was saying I thought Deshada was in the first cutscene, but it's a cool beast guy. The fact that Borgnine remains silent and unfazed after Leonhard's apology suggests that he lacks any real emotion. And maybe he would get an arc of learning to feel emotions and things later on, maybe? It'd be a waste if he didn't. As he interacts with Leonhard and his descendants, he gains that which most larvae never achieve, a heart. I'm torn between like, yay, it's the thing I wanted, and boo, you just spoiled his entire plot ending. One of the last remaining high elves, when her parents passed away, as was taken in the word of her grandfather Tianor. I want to meet her grandfather Tianor. The town's overrun, and in the chaos, the elves accompanying her are slaughtered. I wish you could have seen that would have added a lot of emotion to the scene. She's eventually saved by Leonhard, but when he suffers a mortal wound, she has to fend for herself. Crisis that follows triggers her untapped potential. Okay, that's also a spoiler thing that hasn't happened yet, and that seems like it won't happen, because that's saying that happened in between us dying and being resurrected, but that didn't happen. Does it mean off screen she did that and that's the reason she... No, she was saying he always follows me, like as if she already knew the monster guy and he's always been around. But like, does this mean like when we were dead she summoned her potential and made a lava guy appear in this world? That's directly contradicts what she was saying. By releasing an enormous amount of power, high elves can summon a powerful beings, how Borgnine came to be. Unfortunately, Ellis passes out releasing that power, and Leonhard ends up fighting Borgnine. Misunderstandings cleared up after everyday inconscience. That didn't happen! None of it happened! Ellis is friendly and has strong opinions for her age. She falls in love with Leonhard and risks her life to save her, but she's not able to express her true feelings until after he becomes part of the seal. What the fuck is the seal? Spell that too! So it won't click me. Let me click on the one that actually says event. I don't keep harping on the interface being bad, but like we have one thing here which looks like a node linking things together. We have two things here which are totally different art style and wider and larger and they just seem like actual areas. And there's no way indicating they're not just part of the background. Shouldn't it be like every spot is a node or every spot is a circle? And there's no lines linking between them to show where we're going. What are these two other dots underneath the sun orb? Oh, and we can only click on the sun orb, we can't click on the event orb, which look, so there's no markings on the sun orb to show us where we're meant to go next. Oh, anyway. You want to learn about clear bonuses? Yes, because it sure is annoying that they've already been happening and you haven't explained them yet. You defeat all enemies quickly, extra points to be added as a clear bonus. Okay, neat. Also, if they're higher level in it. They're the highest level on each side rather than the average level. Okay, yeah, okay. And again, what is the line? Are we going to get tutorialized on the line? Okay, it's not letting me click on this guy to skill him, so can I only do close range attacks? Okay, these all seem like really specific things, and I wouldn't like to know what they do. Okay, it's a delayed attack. That's really vague, saying a little bit after the initial hit. Does that mean that like it hits you next turn? Does it mean it hits you like 10 minutes? I don't know. Okay, impulse wave seems to be okay, but it has attribute black square. Is that like an element? And then these two I can't use. Okay, we'll use whatever that is. Also really weird, someone who's so obviously a mage will only have close range magic. Why is it saying I can use rush when that says the range won't reach him? Okay, you can just move, not in the move phase too. That's so unintuitive. Why would they not say that in the tutorials they had for the move phase and the attack phase? Anyway, Okay, move over here. I hit you. I continue standing where I am. And I'll punch you in the face. A little bit extra skill. Is that what the lines are? Okay, it's just the one I used to pull my MP Howling Blade. Okay, so you recover your SP MP equivalent by activating a skill or receiving damage. So every action you take activates it. It also increases when enemy or party members defeated. So every action you take gives you SP. Okay, who is this character? Can I recruit this character, or is that just a monster or an enemy? That honestly, I looks more like an adorable child I want to protect. Why would you just you learn a skill at level 25? Like, why not just give us a chance to find out? Raise the class and have a level. Okay. I guess I hope I'll remember this 10 hours in the future. Oh, it's behind us. You feel behind my ears. That's really funny, actually. Like, for the purpose of this tutorial, we will give you exactly the SP you need to use this skill. But by the way, you may not be able to use this skill if you've done the wrong circumstance. So they couldn't even program like an automatic thing to occur during a tutorial. Okay, so a character turn to crystals later. Is it like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance where like characters can be revived if you do it within an amount of turns? Can I ever just use my revival item on here? Because I'm probably not going to play this again, so I don't care. Okay, it's not letting me do it. Can I move next to her? Like, it seems to say she has one turn left before she disappears, so I mean, I guess that sucks. I guess I'm just not allowed to do that then. Okay, bye. I'll just focus on picking up some shits. It really would help if we were told the damage, or like even a vague idea of the damage for the skills. Okay, now can I move next to her and then I can recover her? I'm gonna stand by to recover. Okay. So she's dead before I even managed to get a chance to recover her, so okay, I guess no experience for her. At least I can say I've been productive. I've realised I don't like the game. I can wipe this game off my backlog list. Wipe this game out and all its incredibly long sequels off the backlog list. That's good. Oh, and she just stays dead outside of battle. Okay. She can be dead in the cutscene. That'd be really funny. Oh, I like his little feet. They remind me of Dragon Ball Z aliens. Oh no! Rock! The entirety of this fucking cutscene is indeed just, oh, it's a rock, what will we do about the rock? There shouldn't be a rock here. Maybe the evil guys put the rock in. What do we do with the rock? We have to have a battle minigame against a literal boulder? Are we gonna fucking have to fight the rock? Oh, come on! For a little extended areas, I guess. So it's like just a grinding sport against a brick? There the fucking squares that were there the whole time! Why are you taking so long to talk about that? These kind of link tiles which referred to as extended areas. Then why are you saying they're link tiles? And neither of those things is an explanation of what they are. They're both just random word names. So why would you not just say each character has extended areas, or each character has link tiles? Stick to one terminology. Removing your character onto a teammate extended area or vice versa. You can perform linked attacks. Okay, is that what the lines mean? If I stand on the square, do I get a lines? Why was the location of the squares changing every time I moved onto them? Keep in mind extended areas change the direction of character faces. How does it make any sense? Like, I went and I stood in the extended area and then the extended area changed, so how am I meant to stand on the extended area? Or were the ones I was shown, was that your extended area? Like, you were supposed to stand on, not on the squares, but somebody else should then stand on the squares. But when you're moving, it shows your squares then, so how, do I have to like memorize the squares that were previously shown and then stand on them? And is that what's causing the arrows to my heads? Okay, that's the way to get around people, but you haven't explained the basics of what they are first. Don't like the characteristic shape of every extended area. Leonhardt's extended area spreads sideways almost like wings? Okay. So we shouldn't be trusting what we actually see on the screen, we should be doing like this? You're aware enemies have their own extended areas, so you can also link attacks, but we can't see the enemy's ones? How am I meant to know then? Be careful. I did an experiment! So, is this my extended area, or is this Bergnine's extended area that I'm seeing on screen? Like, it doesn't look like a pattern of wings, so is this not mine? Like, you see, yeah, you see I move and then it changes. So which of these are the extended area? Like, was I... On this screen, does it show Bergnine's extended area? And then I move into big and extended area and it shows my extended area now, which somebody else has to move in the next turn to continue the chain of extended areas. Is that how it works? If we are showing a line between us, am I now deciding which order my extended area will be in the next turn which somebody else moves into? But it's going to be so easy so by having them be different colours, like, wow, here, this is somebody else's extended area. It's purple because Bergnine is purple. I click here, now I am linked to Bergnine. Oh, mine appears and it's white because I'm white, or gold because my sword's supposed to go. It's clearly not gold in the sprite. Or it could just be basic, like, red and blue for, like, any character that you currently are and any character who's going to be the next turn. Anyway, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to see if that works. We'll have extended attacks, I guess. Okay, this is the linky lines. Characters with an extended area can perform linked attacks. Having an attack regardless of it's their turn by joining extended attack. Okay. So, could the entire time I've seen that popped up before, could I have clicked on the other character and made him attacks? That's a really bad way to do the interface too, because it just showed me, and then I click attack and I could attack. I had no idea I could switch to the other guys and then also use linked attacks of them. Like, shouldn't it have been like, you click the attack and then like it prompts you like, do you still have points left? Do you want to use these other guys or something? Everyone should make a slow counter attack sooner if the link will faster. That's cool! All these things sound like it'd be cool once you figure out how the fuck to use them. Say attack occurs with characters link allies takes a turn. Be able to control all the characters that link to each other. You can also have them stand by using skill and they don't submit. And by default we just do that anyway, we don't tell you in any way that you can do this until several battles in after you've already seen it. The range of the range and the speed of the current character, the other characters will like have that applied to the regular skills. So it's basically you just have one fast guy running everywhere doing everything and everybody else like attacking through his menu, I guess. And they also move across the map and stay next to you. That says it's extra useful for getting slow characters to move really fast. I just didn't notice the turn order has the rock. Is this an internal meme in the game that everything's going to be represented by rocks? Like your attacks are rocks, this fucking the training dummy enemy is a rock. So do I also move? Do I also move? Am I supposed to also move in extended area or should I stay there? Like, would me moving change my extended area to not include this guy and we would become unlinked? Like, do we both have to stand in this extended area of each other or just one of them count? Yeah, 'cause it's not showing us linked anymore, so have I moved out of it by moving into the... What the fuck is this not his extended area? Do I stay here? Am I already in the extended area? I don't know. Would I move backwards and forth like that? Okay, I can't target a rock, so stand by. Can I target the rock? Can't target the rock, so I just ruined my turn by trying to stand in an extended area. But the extended area is there, so I can't move forward. The extended areas are there. If I move and then he goes in it, like, with him moving in, no, we're not linked. We're not showing extended areas, so. But I'm standing in the square. Like, do these squares not mean anything? These squares only mean something on the first turn. Also, I just fucking noticed that the targeting reticule has a shadow on the game world. How do you even fuck that up? So yeah, I guess I have to slowly move forward by standing in these extended areas. No, but I mean, this is an area, but I'm not linked. But we're not linked. We're like, both of us are stood in the square and we're not linked. I guess I'll just move forward and stop doing the fucking extended areas then. Why did it work in the first turn? It's not working now. Do you want to breaks? Yes, I guess. So I think enemies have endurance points that are going to hit the level of their resistance against attack. So it's like you break them and a defense goes down. And that's completely fucking useless every single time I've had a break. It's happened on like a hit that already took them out anyway. So far we don't have anything which really deals more break than actual damage. But I mean, how would we even know? It doesn't show us what damage it deals anyway. Okay, so we couldn't do that combo hit unless the damage of the two hits added together would put you into break status. So there's combo arts and there's also combo break arts which don't activate unless you're already in a break. And again, this already happened before you tutorialize what it does. Okay, and it's decided by weapons. We haven't had any ability to change weapons yet anyway. What do you mean? What do you mean by these points increase as follows? Arts, normal skills, extra skills, special arts. What do you mean by that? Does it mean these deal more break points, or does it mean more points towards the break attack? Why was arts the weakest and then normal skills? So does that mean that combo arts are less effective than non-combo things? Oh, whenever we finally get weapons, we should use these weapons. So that's why we should be using ones which deal less hits because they deal less damage, but they deal more break. But that wasn't shown in the menu. Looking at I only clicked on the ones that had the same, but one of them did more break, and it wasn't the one that had less hits. I don't know. It's not really concentrate for How do I see what my breakpoints are? Yeah, I don't have any breakpoints on my thing. Like, is this bar meant to be not my HP but my breakpoints? But there's no numbers for what the breakpoints are, so that's really fucking unclear. I still can't attack the rock. I can attack the rock. I'm clicking on the rock and nothing's happening. So I can't attack the rock. Do I have to like get the linky thing? This time the linky thing works. Like, do I have to be in a square that's also close enough to him rather than just any square linked to him? I'm so confused. I feel like they're leaving out major things. You need to understand the fundamental system itself, but then really over-explaining random small stuff. Can I now attack the rock? Okay, now I can attack the rock. Let's do all of our attacks at once! I broke the rock, but I didn't break the rock literally. I inflicted break on the rock, which means it is not in fact broken. Wait, why is his HP bar going up again but in blue? Does that mean like extra critical damage which gives you extra? No, that's a basic thing. Oh, okay, overkill. Okay, so it does. We get 2 drops, but it's really gonna be really annoying having multiple boxes pop up every time you say you got 2 drops rather than just saying 1 in 1. Anyway, okay. But what do we do now? There's no new nodes that appear to move on to. So what do we do? Like, do we just click on that and then we'll attack the rock a second time? An entirely new different thing happens when you click on the rock spot twice. I'm beyond my limit. This is an insane level of just poor interface design for a game. What the fuck is up with the neutral dark light meter? Why is that constant on the screen before you've even unlocked the neutral dark light meter? Again, why would you not just not have it there until you say, and now you can make more choices? We've had no choices in the game so far. Clearly they can block off whatever the other thing is on the peace symbol, so why don't them both be blank? Bridge head to the frontier is ours. All we need now is a real line of troops to make our attack. I don't care. I still don't know who the fuck you are, or why I should give a shit. Look, I guess you're gonna be the main villain now. This guy who just came out of nowhere. Oh, there's a grandpa. Okay, I'm glad I persisted this long to just see one scene of a guy with a cool grandpa design. A nice Krampus. A little toothbrush moustache. You're like Professor Rowan but evil. Like you channeled the energy of Team Galactic's hair and put it into your shirt. Was an army of that scale really necessary? Oh, are you the one good guy in the evils? What a strange thing to hear, and from you of all people, Lager. Lager? Have you forgotten about it? Oh, larger grandpa! Oh, he's a slightly grizzled screen. Forgotten about Hovis? Do you not remember how much we lost by attacking a puny settlement? I don't remember because we haven't explained this yet. That wasn't even in the profiles. Sirium and Owls are relics of the past. They along for their heretical powers shall fall. I guess the heretical powers are the ability to summon these monsters which was not explained and happen off screen. Do you not agree? I do not agree. You're okay. I guess I agree. I wish I had any context for who any of these people were. A big debate between nobody and nobody too. This is why it shall be a quick battle. Strength must be focused to be effective. Spreading our forces too widely will not serve our purpose. Our countrymen will need convincing if they are to supply us with reinforcements. I do not care about this country and what it is doing in any way. If this battle is successful, a case will be made. Will you help me? No? Yeah, okay. You're really easily convinced. You're like, I think your plan is shitty and bad, but have you considered my plan is actually good? Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay, I'm on your side, mate. I'm renaming you to Smallin. Okay! Why would you run that way? So you have to click on the same spot twice to get a tutorial battle and a cutscene, and then it unlocks 2 new areas to walk to. Why would you not just unlock the next node I have to walk to? Because I have to walk to 2 things to get to them? I don't even know. Okay, good. I'm asking if you guys can answer me. Should I do one more battle and see what the second event is, or should I just quit now? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give the game a little bit of a chance. I mean, it hasn't been good yet, but Oh no, we're back in the tree void. And we're fighting the same fucking enemies. Okay, I don't link if I said, so does it have to be in the spots and they're also next to you? Why am I linking with her now? So I turn and link with him, so do I understand the spots and also move around so that my spot also connects with them? Yeah, okay, that's what it is. Why didn't you explain that in the tutorial? Why didn't you explain that in the tutorial? Why didn't you explain it in the tutorial? So, if a link attack requires both people's spots to overlap with each other, and your spots change every time you move, all you have to do is have one man stand on the spot of somebody else, and then turn around so that his spots overlap with their spots, and everybody else doesn't fucking move, and if you don't do all of these precise steps, the function won't work. Why would you design it that way, or why would you design it that way? So yeah, I can't move now. If I move, do I join you? Okay, yes, if I point in this direction, I can link with both of you, okay. And why did it just flick around, everyone goes back and everyone moves? Why would you make an animation work that way? Okay, everyone do everything? And what is trick hit? Will we find out what trick hit is? So I dealt one now, but doesn't mean I deal more damage the next turn. Cause it said it was delayed, but I mean I guess I killed him so I won't get to see it now. I really wish I'd explain what it means by delayed. Oh yeah, now we've all moved to not in our areas anymore. Okay. So we get one hit from that and using it moves us all together and then we can't use any more combo hits from that. This seems like a really terrible, shitty system. I mean, it seems like it could be overpowered once you finally figure out how to get like 12 people on the screen all linked to each other, but then you get one hit with that and then you're all out of position and you have to do it all again the next turn. I have no squares for anybody else, so I guess I just have to stay. Yeah, all of mine are out, so... God, it's been so much helpful if you could see them while you were moving. You know, I seem to have no way I can make the things match everybody. Yeah, I would have to move further than my move range actually is to make any of these matches. So, I go back to this guy and I go to one where he links to her and then I don't move her. And then I move him to this. No. But what do these ones mean here? Because like, yeah, I don't see what mine are until after I move and then these are where they are. But what are the ones up here before I move then? Like, I'm generally so confused, like, which are mine, which are the other allies? And it's sorry because now you know we do have attacks that change our position, so why are all these animations showing position change when you just snap back again? Like, no thought was put into making this clear to the player, no thought was put into making it consistent between different things. And this is the common recurring issue with these games. Also, the music loop didn't go very well. Is it just me, or like, is the resolution for her weapon she's holding different than the sprite resolution for the actual sprite? Pixels look smaller around the outline. Like, oh, are their weapons tiny 3D models, not sprites, and they've got like a filter around them? Is it the same pixely effect we got on the trees? I don't fucking know. I'd stand here. Wait, do these spots mean that's a spot where you have to stand where you can potentially get a link to somebody else if you turn around? Okay, no, it's not that because none of my things can reach if I stand in there, so... I'm just gonna stand here. No, like, the links are... Okay, I can... The monster noises. Well, I've only just noticed the fucking combo numbers overlap each other, so you can't even read which one you're on. I'll have a howling blade. Just destroy shit out of this guy for no reason. I guess I get points for overkill. Yeah, me too, mate, me too. They get overkill with this basic grass. Is it just random on the enemy or something? I was gonna say, it's weird how you don't get animation of the XP bar going up. It just loads and it's automatically at the new level that you've gained from that battle. So you can't see what you were before, how much you've already gone through. Unless you read the numbers, which you don't have much time because the screen automatically scrolls through. Move to the dome. The dome. Dead Ann. That's a nice background at least. Can we buy things now? Can we equip things now? Can we get those weapons? Like what? I think it was like guns for the ones that give you better or something. Good night's sleep would do us good. No shit, Shirley. If that is your decision, then I have no objection. So yeah, I think it is just it. Every character just randomly sometimes is full on, sometimes is not. T-Shara doesn't mind. I would like to do a little shopping. She bounced and her sprite was cut off at the bottom. I think I'll entitle this video, I played Agarest and now it's everybody else's problem. What is EP? What is PP? I presume I know what you... Oh my god, the font is blurred and then the numbers aren't. The numbers are instead overly sharpened. Did they check this at all? It can't just be a resolution issue because nothing else is stretched except these two specific things. Item? Hello, why are you so small? Just look at this. Is like the entire bad interface in one. So like, why is she so small? Why is the text box cutting off most of everything? Why is she aligned strangely like this? Like, you could have just moved it to the right and had the text box in the same place and there would have been enough space. And why is there nothing on the rest of the fucking screen? So these tiny little buy and sell buttons. Presumably that's gonna actually populate up and has a list of items there, but like, you could just have it move between the screens. You don't have to have a big space for the upcoming UI box before it's even there. And find weapons, armor, accessories, and skills here. You can also select what you need and how many you want to buy. No shit! Look, yeah, why does it explain basic functions every other game has? And it's really unclear about its new functions. Going to use it when you stock one out from something. Cut the health like grass. Limit how many of each item you can possess so you can't make a purchase if it exceeds that amount. Yeah, basic things that every other game has. Okay, so you can do crafting mini games to get more items. Okay. So I was gonna say, at least the interface doesn't, because it's not the same spaces, is it? Like, there's a big empty space on the fucking bottom here. And it's still weirdly aligned, like it's not an equal amount of alignment from the right and the left. But at least they have a useful bar showing how much stats everything does. Life begins with... And that's really unclear. I think these are like books that teach you crafting recipes, I guess, then? A book reading about creating items, okay. Yeah, I thought that just meant you buy some beginner's weapons, but you buy the ability to create beginner's weapons, okay. For now, I'm just gonna buy the weapons we actually have. The characters have different proficiencies with different weapons, like, what is the difference between the weapons? What is the incentive of the weapon? It doesn't explain if you click on them. Anyway, it's a great sword made of iron. Yeah, sure, great. What are its attributes? There's no attributes. What are its slots? There's no slots. Could we not have a tutorial saying this is the difference between the weapons? Like, all we know is it's said to use guns. Okay, there is one gun here, so I guess we should use guns. There's a weapon called a break, and there's also a stat called break. It's like what they call a thief sword in Final Fantasy. I don't know if it's a real thing, like a double-sided sword thing. And it also looks kind of like the shape of a chakram, but it's not a chakram. Yeah, no, it isn't like a thief sword thing. A breaker. So, there's breakers and then there's break, but it doesn't seem they deal more break damage than the other weapons. Like, yeah, handguns deal more break than the break weapons. Why would you name these things in this way? Also, it's a handgun, like, but it's not very powerful, but it deals more damage than the breaker. And more breaker. Like, why would you ever pick the breaker? What is the advantage of the breaker? Okay, the breaker has a little bit more magic. I would not have guessed that kind of weapon design as a magic weapon. There seems to be no incentive to buy anything except the gun. Like, the gun has, like, it has more attack than everything else. Like, the only thing, like, if you want to have other ones which also have some magic attack, but so far none of our characters can use magic attacks except Ellis, and, like, you would always want to pick the ones which are the best magic attack rather than one that's like a compromise between two, right? She already has the broom one, so why do you pick it? Like, what's the incentive with rods? Rods are just worse ones. I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking bother this, I'm fucking done, I'm out. Hello, Blacksmith Guild. Okay, a cool design for it's one of those games, I guess, where like men are drawn very different than women. All the women seem to be the same age, as they certainly did in the opening cutscene. Like, we just have one that's a little bit short and she's a child, so yeah. You're a first-time customer, ain't ya? Can enhance your weapons and armor if you want. You know what EP you gain when you defeat enemies? I didn't know. What is it? Tell me. I can strengthen your equipment in exchange for that. Okay, so we gain like equipment experience, which we can spend to upgrading equipment. Okay, and they go as high as level 5. Okay, one more thing. Like, you can convert it and you can stick it on another weapon in game, so it's like to scare. This game is like a combination of elements from all the games I like, but they just don't work anymore. Hey, neat, cool. So yeah, we do already have the room one, so it's bigger now. Okay, so we can immediately go up to 5 on it. That's really weird. Just the amount of tutorial battles you have are enough to maximally upgrade a broom wand. Can I maximally upgrade everyone? I have 540 from like 2 or 3 tutorial battles, so maximally upgrade everything. And also, why is it showing a whole bunch of other weapons? Like, did we start the game with a bunch of other weapons in our inventory that we weren't told about? The Gate of Hell. Are these the DLC things? Were they all just like super fucking strong mega weapons? Yeah, because it's showing a really high amount of EP, so good. I guess I can just put the ultimate sword on right now and breeze through the game. That's a really fucking bad DLC. And we don't even know if we haven't been told in any way about how to put skills on. When did we gain these? What happened? On that note, I'm out. I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm dead. I'm dying. Never before have I seen a game like so destroyed by interface alone. Yeah, I have nothing more to say. I have no pithy conclusion to all this. Just, yeah, well, I had this game sitting in my inventory for so long I never knew it was so bad. Evidently this series is actually really, so probably once you actually master what all these really confusing systems do, it actually does get... The fucking icon for the camp menu has a line of pixels at the top. Oh, I can't even give it any credit when I try. Evidently, if it's got fans, there must be something here which is appealing in any way. But I don't have the patience to get to it. If it's not grabbing me with this much time invested into playing it, then oh well, there we go. All I can say is Borgnine's design is really great, and I love him, and I wish the best for him in the future. I hope his plot is as lovely as it seems it's going to be. Look at the onions. That is where I leave you.